All right, what's up, everybody? So I'm back at it again with another barbering vlog, I guess. I don't know. So I seen that the last one did real good, so I'm gonna do another one. Let's see how this one go. Let's get 300 views on this one. So you see me preparing the skin with the alcohol, right? It's good to use 90 proof if you can. So you see me setting in my ball line here. You want it as neat as possible, straight as possible, whatever. So the next step, as you see them balling that thing out, my liners, they're a one-stop shop. I use them for everything. I need to get another pair. I mean, I got another pair as you see in the back, but the next guideline that I'm gonna do the lever open, right? I'm going up maybe about an inch. And then our next step, we're gonna take this guideline out. So I'm doing half a head just to speed up, like, me showing all the steps. I wouldn't recommend doing half a head if you are a new barber, right? You can get lost in the sauce. But here, I started with the lever halfway closed, and I closed it all the way down until that line disappeared. Then what's left, we're gonna go ahead and use that liner at the end. Right here, I'm cutting the hair down with a one. I'm doing a one. I want to say open. Right here, I'm going against the grain, sending my next guy with that one all the way closed. I'm going up about an inch again. So the trick is to stay uniform with all your guidelines, right? Then here, I'm taking that half guard open and I'm softening up that guideline. Then after I go over with a couple pass, and you usually don't hear the hair cut anymore, you can go to the lever halfway open and then repeat the process. Go until you don't hear nothing cut anymore. Close all the way, and then what's left, you should be able to get that out with just your blade, no guard, if you have them set that way. Okay, right here I'm going with that one all the way open, and I'm setting up another guideline. And I have experimented on his hair with just going right to that half guard and then blending down. I mean, you know, one and a half and then blending down. But I don't know. I, I feel like doing this step in between, and I guess continuing to fade up is a better option versus just trying to blend the top to the bottom right there. It still look decent, if I do that step. So right here, I'm not worried about cutting too much of his waves off just because he doesn't really have a lot of waves on the side, and anything that's being lost is the lowest waves possible, usually the weakest. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend going against the grain here with like a one or one close or whatever. You could detail here, but his hair isn't that even. So as you see somebody in the background, they're doing a heavy fade. Um, right here, same thing. I'm going with this half guard, blending this line. I was starting with open, and eventually I'm gonna close my way down. He does have a scar right here, um, which preventing the hair to grow around that area. So it's growing in a different direction, and it's just hard to get out. And then I'm trying to blend it into the scar, right? So I would say the half guard is very, very, very versatile. I would say in importance of guards, I would say a one. And then I say a 1.5. Then I say the half guard. Right. So you could get around it, but you could also do a lot with it. When I say you can get around, you can get around not using it. So right here, same thing. I'm going with that one all the way open. If his hair was thin and wasn't so coarse, I probably would go to that 1.5 and blend down, just because it's the safest for me around the parietal ridge area. But I don't know. That's mainly something I do on the straight hair. So you got to remember, whenever you're cutting with the grain, is gonna leave that hair longer than it would be against the grain. So that's why I like to start off a little high when it is time to go against the grain, blending the bottom into the top. So around the crown ends, his hair, I always start with it open, just so I can leave as much there as possible. I always like that to be a little heavy. So right here, you see me setting in my bars. Um, as you can see, he doesn't have the best hairline, but I try and make up for that with having a real sharp bar. He does have enough on this side where it can connect and still look good. So I always try and, you know, at least make this side sharp, because I cannot do that on the other side. So as you see, I start from the middle. When I go all the way out to the corner, right? I'm using the corner of the blade, and I'm matching that up with the bars. You never want to go from one side of the head, reach around to the other side, and then try and line that. As you can see, I move my body all the way to the other side, and I'm meeting back in the middle. Look at that, crispy, crispy, crispy. So, usually, what you want to do, you want to ask your client if they want their mustache trim, right? You want to do that. You want to trim that down before you start lining. This particular client likes this mustache pretty, like, I don't know, like pretty close to his lips, ending at his lips. Me personally, I feel like I can angle this a little better, but it's not saying like I be having him look crazy. But as far as creating the best angle for him, I'm still experimenting a little bit. So, and then you'll see my chair a little wobbly, so I had this chair for a long time. Or these chairs have been around for a long time. In fact, I'm the one that put them all together, so that's how long they've been here. So I feel like my liners are relatively small to my hand size. So, and then on the reverse backhand, which I'll be doing right there, I just like to give it a little more security. So the liners was hitting this day. I think I did like 3, 4 heads, right, in a matter of like 2 hours or something like that. So yeah, that's putting the work in. Let me know in the comments what y'all think the best liners is in the market right now, and then maybe I'll do a review on them and see what they hitting on. But these little green machines I got, they ain't never let me down. They ain't never let me down. All right, everybody, this the cut. What they say, the blurry fade. So hit me up for if you need a fade. Hit me up if you need a line. Hit me up.